Well, in case you missed some of the news emanating from our U.S. military and from our U.S. Senate, General Petraeus was confirmed as commanding officer of CENTCOM. In other words, he got a big promotion. This went through Thursday of a couple of weeks ago, Thursday actually. So David Petraeus is now commander of CENTCOM rather than just the commander of the operations in Iraq. The Senate also approved of the nomination of a Lieutenant General Raymond Odierno to replace General Petraeus as the top military commander in Iraq. So the vote for General Petraeus in the Senate was 95-2, with only Senator Tom Harkin, Democrat of Iowa, and Senator Robert Byrd, Democrat of West Virginia, voting against the nomination. In this new position, General Petraeus will take on vast geographical responsibilities all across North Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. He will face numerous challenges, of course, including the tensions with Iran over the nuclear issues, resurgence of the Taliban and Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan and along the border with Pakistan, and the mounting demands by Iraqi Prime Minister al-Maliki to have a concrete timetable for withdrawal of U.S. troops from Iraq. So, of course, you might remember that President Bush nominated Petraeus to replace Admiral Fallon, who retired in March, or let's put it this way, was forced to retire in March of this year after some public comments that seemed to suggest policy differences with the White House. The Senator Byrd, one of the longest, I think he is the longest serving senator in the Senate now, had said he opposed the nomination of General Petraeus to Central Command because the book is still out there on the success or failure of the surge strategy in Iraq, and General Petraeus should bring this to a conclusion before he is awarded with a promotion. Some other tidbits regarding the Middle East. There was a U.S. missile strike that is believed to have killed a senior Al-Qaeda operative in Pakistan in a tribal area, and that roiled talks between President Bush and Pakistani Prime Minister Gilani, who reproached Bush for acting unilaterally and failing to share intelligence with Pakistani authorities. Now, you may not have heard of this at all, but of course there is an internal power struggle going on in Pakistan, and Gilani is the new Pakistani Prime Minister. You may not have heard of this either. Now, Musharraf is still president, but there's definitely some internal struggles going on there. And basically, a U.S. official defended the missile strike as a message that Washington will no longer abide on Pakistan's failure to deny Al-Qaeda and the Taliban refuge at a time of surging cross-border attacks on U.S., NATO, and Afghan forces in Afghanistan. If they, Pakistan, aren't doing anything, then we are, the official said, who of course requested anonymity because he wasn't authorized to discuss the issue publicly. Pakistan, however, considers U.S. strikes on its territory violations of sovereignty and interference with their own internal affairs. The Pakistani military complained bitterly. Our sovereignty and territorial integrity must be respected. Any violation in this regard could be detrimental to bilateral relations. Two U.S. officials said that a senior al-Qaeda explosive expert was believed to be among those persons killed when the missiles fired by an unmanned U.S. drone hit a religious school in one of the tribal areas. The U.S. officials, as usual, requested anonymity because the operation was classified. And before he clashed with Bush, Gilani also lost a major confrontation with his own military over the weekend. So U.S. analysts said the Pakistani leader is nearly powerless to do anything, partly because the coalition he heads remains in total disarray, divided over the future of President Musharraf. So this is the power struggle that's going on there. And moreover, the Pakistani military has made it very clear that it won't bow to any authority of Gilani's coalition, which was formed after parliamentary polls in February. Then, of course, Bush holds a press conference with Gilani on the White House lawn just a couple of days ago when they had this official little visit. And here's what Bush had to say about it. Gilani is just totally opposed to any U.S. airstrikes, but Bush seems to think differently. Basically, what he said, appearing briefly on the south lawn of the White House, Bush praised Gilani for his very strong commitment to fighting terrorism, preventing infiltration into Afghanistan. So there you have it. Lies, lies, and more lies and obfuscation from all sides. I'll see you later. Thanks for listening.